Hello, everybody. Hello. Sorry about that. I'm like, oh, I should get the cough drops, and my tea's done, and the cat needs to be said hello to, and all those little things. So, well, hi. Well, welcome everybody to Heart of a Hobbit and Tale of a Kitty here on on the official Lotro Twitch stream here. Aaron Bard says, "Hope you two are feeling better." We are feeling better. Still not 100% though, as you might be able to hear. So, and I'm just a little tired still. So, there we are. Nothing like sleeping as much as you want, but that's nice at least. So I was just checking out one of the houses in our neighborhood came up for sale, and I was trying to remember who lived there. So we've got the call out to see if he wants to come back and try and get his house back. But sometimes people get busy, and I understand not everybody plays Lotro every week, right? All right. Well, let's see. What are we doing today? So Spring Festival happened. But it is over, and sadly, I missed the end of it. I just completely lost track of days, really. I mean, when I was sick, I was like, nope, the days just stopped for me, right? But unfortunately, that wasn't the case. So I'm just looking to see if there's anything happening right now. Hobnanigans was this last weekend, but that is also over. We're currently in the current legendary item reward track, which has the read emote at level 50. So if you are a person who gets legendary item experience, because, like, for example, your character has their legendary items, then you could be working on that legendary item reward track without even knowing about it, actually. And if you get that track to level 50, then you can get an emote for one of your characters. It's only for one character. And it looks like your character is reading a book. It's lovely. So let's see, Myrtle Mint should be around. Treebeard Horse Session, but that's only for people who actually bought it the first time around. The cat is trying to pick up the cough drop. I don't know that you want that. I think that's not really a cat. Yummy. She's like pawing at it and brought it over, and then she's like picking it up and carrying it off. Horse session. Just like how you could be a chicken. The question is, what is a horse session? So just like you could be a chicken in the game, there was the opportunity to also be a horse, but it only came with if you had purchased, I think it was Riders of Rohan back in the day when it first came out. Man, this cat is like all over this. Yes, thank you, Tillarian. You had to pre-ordered Rohan. I doubt you can see this, but let's see. Maybe if I lift it up a little higher. So there is a cough drop. We'll just see if we can get that on stream there. There's a cough drop right here in its wrapper. And you might see a small paw find its way over to it. That's pretty funny. All right, so yes, you had to pre-order Rohan. There she goes. In order to have access to it. So if you don't have a time machine and weren't a Lotro player who pre-ordered Rohan, you are unable to participate in horse session play, which is really sad because I think it would be really fun. We've been having hopes and dreams that maybe they were going to allow us, because being on a legendary server, it was a special perk we would get. But alas, it is not to be so. So yeah. So as you may have guessed, we have cats. We have two cats here in the house. This is Cato, who's being very stealthy under the camera. She's right there. But don't let her tell you anything. And yes, she has decided that grabbing these and slowly walking off with them is her prerogative. It's like one of those machines, right? Where are you gonna go with that? She's got it. She's off. Maybe yeah. Nope, she's still got it. She's carrying it around like a toy now.
She's trying to gnaw it open.
I think Before is gonna do some cat retrieval here. Thanks, honey. All right, I will put that somewhere a little bit more out of the way. So that was entertaining for purposes, but we'll just hide that from the cat. Hey, silliness. All right. Let's see what else is happening. Anniversary event is coming up in April, so that'll be awesome. This will be Lotro's 16th anniversary, so this will be Sweet 16, or I don't know if they're going to play with that theme or what they're going to do. I'll find out. They, I think, have teased a little bit, but I don't know if they've actually said what exactly they're going to do for that. Anyway, so that means today we are on our own recognizance, which is what shall we get into? I tell you what, we have had like a string of cold, windy, rainy, and then not so cold, but still windy and rainy days. And just in the last couple of days, the sun has come out and it is just shining beautifully, and I am loving it. So are the cats. Like, one of the cats walked up to me the other day after sitting in the sun, and I petted him, and it was like this whole side of him was just like super warm. Oh, it was lovely. But the sun also then comes in at this really strong angle about this time of day, so you can see it's like right here, right there. And I don't mind it. Like, I'm just like, yeah, sure, I'm cool. I like sitting in the sun indoors. I don't like sitting in the sun outdoors, but I love sitting in the sun indoors. But B4's not so much of a fan, so we'll see if he ends up getting up and pulling the curtains over a little bit to keep us from being quite so blinding light. Tyrion asks, what do you expect them to do for anniversary? I don't know, right? Like, with 15 last year was a big deal, and so I know they added that extra skirmish or adventure. That's not the right word. Hang on a second though. Instance finder. Instance. That's what I'm looking for. They added a seasonal instance for the anniversary fair called A Flurry of Fireworks, where you're interacting with Gandalf and you're letting off fireworks and Bree, which was very cute. So I don't know. It makes me wonder if they're, because all the other, let me show you, all the other and seasonal instances have a pair, right? So you've got like whatever that season is. So Yule, spring, summer, anniversary. And they're very like, those are the lighthearted ones where you're interacting with hobbits or bees and flowers, and, you know, and so they're fun. They're just kind of fun and silly things. And then Boss from the Vaults is like a level 50 and above thing where you're re-encountering a boss that you have encountered through some other stuff previously. And so I was expecting the same thing when they brought out the anniversary one, that they would have also a Boss from the Vaults one. And there isn't one yet. So that wouldn't surprise me if that came out. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, like before it says, maybe a new Boss from the Vaults. Tanya says, honestly, I was very surprised about the gifts they were handing out. Like, oh, last year? God, you know, it's funny. I'm trying to remember, because they did a lot last year, didn't they? They gave a free carry-all, didn't they? They did a carry-all gift box. That was really nice. Did we get a steed? And then, of course, you get every year, you get a bundle of things. Excuse me. And so that's always really cool. So I'll get what year have I got so far? Let me open my vault, because sometimes I still have my stuff in here. Let me see. Because I don't always open my anniversary gift, so I guess I already did with this character, though. I think I'm getting my 5-year anniversary, or was that last year that I got my 5-year anniversary? No, I think because when I had played, because I started playing in at the end of January, 4 years ago. And so when the anniversary came around, I got year 1 and year 2. Because it was like, you're going into year 2, I guess. So I guess I got 5-year last year, which means I'll get 6-year this year. Can't remember which 6-year is. There's the whole thing on the wiki with all the things that you get. So that's really awesome. I am really excited about eventually getting my 11-year, because I want the 11sies emote. It's all about the emotes and the pets and the mounts, right? With this one, where you sit down and you're having like a little snack, like having a little meal, like you pick up a Well, that looks like it's empty, but oh, we can't zoom in. There's an apple, and then there's like, hey, where are you at? You have 11sies. Here, we'll watch Affadil do 11sies. If you don't mind. Oh, Affadil's doing the read emote. That's pretty cool. Don't you, I just love that read emote. Although you've got sparkly hands. You can tell she's in DPS mode because her hands are all sparkly. Awesome. Thank you. So yeah, look at that. Like, she's drinking out a mug. Picks up like an apple. Picks up a pie. Yeah, there we go. There's the pie one. Gives it a good sniff. I love this emote. I am looking forward to that. So that's like year 11. So that'll be a while. Yeah. So hello to all the new folks in chat, and hello to the returning folks in chat. By the way, I do see you out there. I just want to say hi. Sorry, I was getting caught up in all the other stuff. My brain is just moving slowly. I'm still tired. I got this stupid cold. Blah blah. Erenbard reminds me, and Tillarian reminded me 3 collector's editions, armor sets, horses, carry-alls. They gave collector's editions of all 3 X packs, the bonus items. Oh, that's right. Agartha reminds me of that. I think I finally cleared it out of this character, but so we had actually gone and bought the collector's editions of the sets that they gave us last year, and so I ended up with duplicates of something. So like I'd have a box and I'd open it up and it'd be, this pet, and it was like, you can't use that barring use because I already have it. So I had to like drag them and throw them off, which was really funny. Anyway, yeah. So that's right. That was really cool. Last year they kind of went all out. I would expect them to do the same sort of thing for like the 20th anniversary. I would think that the 16 would kind of go back to being a little bit more normal. But on the other hand, they have been being really generous with giving things away from time to time. Like summer of 2020, yeah, and then 2021, and then maybe again in 2022. They did that Lotro free quests code, and you got like a whole bunch of the older content that used to be, €10, $10, $40, whatever. They just gave it away for free to everybody who put that code in, and it was like, wow. I mean, that was super nice. So I wonder if they'll do something like that again this summer. They did it because of COVID, because everybody was inside for COVID. Or I'll do that in a minute. So I understand that was like a really nice thing for them to do that. So I don't know if they're going to just keep doing that all the time, because like we all just kind of live with COVID now, it seems like. Hopefully not literally, like, hopefully this is just a cold. Before says, if there is a new boss from the vaults, I could believe a Barad Guldur or Ost Dunhoth. But I pay good money for it to be Dragok Slayer. Yeah, Dragok would be cool, but I think they're unlikely to do that for a number of reasons. One of which is that I think all the other boss from the vaults have been things you encounter earlier in the game. So let's see. Thrang is in the Rift, which is level 50. Naruhel is from Agamar, and that's like level 35 or something. Storvagun, that's from the Giant Wing, which is like 45, 50, something like that. So that's why I would not expect it to be Dragok, because it's too far ahead. If they go by what they have done previously, which is only three occurrences, so 3 does not a tradition necessarily make, but often it does. So, oh, I was going to open my Hobbit presents. So every day, in case y'all didn't know, if there's anybody who's not aware, every day you get a free silver Hobbit present. Everybody gets this, whether you're a VIP, subscriber, free to play, anything, doesn't matter. Lifetime, everybody gets it. So that's this little one here. So you click on the little present, which I have sitting there on my board, and it opens up this box, this screen, and you'll have the silver on the one side, and you've got the gold on the other side. And the silver says open silver for free. So every day you get to do that. And it'll be probably one of these kind of categories, like a basic supply. It'll give you some virtue experience, and then it'll also be a second thing, like some sort of a buff or a boost, some gear, something really fancy. You rarely get that But once in a while, you do get something like, I got mithril coins one time. That was pretty neat. Okay, so I'm going to open the silver. And what I got was a 50 virtue experience pot from Holly Hornblower. Thanks, Holly. And I got a scroll of finesse. So when used, this item provides a buff to your finesse. So what'll happen is then and now your character will have in their inventory one of these little virtue experience potion bottles, which if you're like me, you throw into your shared storage because you'll just use it on another character. Eventually, someday, yes, I really will get around to that. And then the finesse is good for when you're in combat. So I am going to add that to my combat bucket with my other 10 scrolls of finesse. So I try to collect my Hobbit gift every day because it's free stuff. Why not? And then, oh, I should show you. So if you go to the tick mark, hi, honey. I think that's where you can get back to the Hobbit gifts. Yeah, Hobbit presents down. Oh, you can't see it because there's a me in the way. But basically here, this third one from the bottom, it says Hobbit presents. And so you can, if you want to reopen it and you want to look at what was going on there. So the gold one, if you are some sort of a subscriber, VIP, lifetime subscriber, things like that, once a week on Thursdays, the gold one pops up. And then you have the whole week to collect it. And then if you've collected it, then the following Thursday, a new one shows up. And if you didn't collect it, you just missed out. You are in bitey mode. What is going on? She's over here trying to eat on my hair clips, which I expect I will be getting more use out of in just over a week. Now she's trying to eat the bag. It's like kind of a paperish bag from the cough drops. And she's trying to eat the corner of it. You are just in a weird mood. See if that does anything. Anyway, in a week from tomorrow, I am going to be getting my haircut. Ooh, yeah. I'm going to donate it. That's my hope. Okay, so the question is, what does finesse do for you? So here under my character screen, if I look at finesse, now she's trying to eat this. Yeah. Why don't you come over here and have a cat treat or something? Why don't you go eat something that's meant for cats? Maybe we need to get them some, not just scratching posts, but chewing posts. I wonder what cats like to chew on, that they're supposed to chew on. Trees. We'll get you a tree. All right. So finesse, it says, reduces your opponent's resistance, reduces your opponent's block, parry, and evade. And so currently for me at my level, which I'm level 75, it reduces their resist by approximately 32%, the finesse that I currently have. And reduces block, parry, and evade by approximately a total of 32%. So that's the finesse rating that I currently have, and by taking one of those tomes, I could make that go higher. So, I mean, basically it allows me to hit them more effectively. Like, they're not able to resist my stuff as well. So, yeah. Edgar Arthur mentions that there's chew toys for cats, usually rubber or fabric. Like, we have mice, but they chase them around. They don't chew on them so much. Yeah. I don't know why you're in a chewing mood today. You're just in a mood to chew. We should get you something to chew on then, I suppose. You could chew on Casper, but I don't think he'd care for that. He is asleep on the couch right over there. that couch right there. He's all zonked out because the sun is like perfectly in there. He is so funny. He's like, he loves to crawl under covers these days. And yeah, and so he's been, yeah, you'll walk into a room and there's a blanket with a lump. And there he is. Arthur says, my cat prefers to use the rubber chew toy as a fetch toy instead. Yeah, I got these little like squash balls to use to roll my foot over to try to start working those muscles. And yeah, she loves to chase these dumb things. I'll just set that there because I know that's what you want. We'll see if she goes after it or not. Okay, so we were thinking that we have a little bit left to do in Cardolan, I think. Not in, wait, before the Shadow, book 3. Oh, yeah. Talk to Candaith at his camp. We have that to do. And then, but then I think we've got to go back to it anyway, so. So should I take us to Ostgaruth, and then we can talk to Candaith? Candaith, yeah. All right, so I'll do that. Hmm? It's in my thing. It is book 3, chapter 11, A Friend to the Dunedain. Before the Shadow, book 3. You're on it. So, all right, so let's pop down. Now, we discovered recently that not everybody gets this ability because apparently, so if you did the thing in order, the epic book in order, you can get the travel to Candaith's encampment for free here, but apparently that's not available for everybody, because we're subscribers and we were playing with a friend of ours who's not, and she couldn't do it. So it was interesting. Ironbard asks, can you copy a character from one server to another and keep all of your levels? The answer, as before points out, is that yes, you can. It does cost Lotro points to do so. I think it's $24.95 Lotro points for the transfer. Yeah, there we go. Tellurian also says, yes, you can, but if you stay in the same region, it costs $24.95 Lotro points. 2,900, it's 2,500 Lotro points. Because this Ostgaruth to Candaith's encampment counts as swift travel, and free to play does not have access to, even though it's not listed as swift travel, it still counts as swift travel. Yes, Egg Arthur does point out that you are transferring your character, not copying it. So technically, no, Aaron Barnes, you cannot copy a character from one server to another. You can transfer a character from one server to another. And so let's see what Candaith has to say. He says, the Great East Road has seen much more travel than usual in recent days. What brings you to the base of Weathertop? You briefly explained that you were sent by Halbrad to warn of increasing dangers in the wild, and then a new shadow rises in the realm of Angmar. He nods. I have heard rumors this might be so from others of my kin who have passed this way, and I've seen the evils enough with my own eyes not to disbelieve it. Yeah. So we can get that hat, or that hat, or that hat. I don't think I have a particular need to own any of those hats, but I will finish that. Gives me a reputation with the Dunedain of Cardolan, so that's nice. And he gives us another chapter, another thing to pick up. He says there's a hidden dale in the Trollshaws, far to the east and across the last bridge, where the wisest of lore master resides. Elrond is his name, and he is the master of Rivendell. It was in his house that my chieftain Aragorn was raised. And if any will know what must be done about the growing threat of Angmar, it will be he. You must make for Rivendell. I will tell you what I can of this last leg of your journey. Rosamund, speak to me when you are ready. Okay, so talk to Candaith and then depart for Rivendell with haste. Who's haste and why are they going with us? Cool. Yeah, so yes, talking about transfers still. That, and so basically, for those of you who aren't aware of this, that back when Lotro was young, there were two groups of people working on the code, basically. There was code masters based out of Europe, and there was Turbine based out of the US. It was all under Turbine. And so the servers themselves and the people working on that stuff were physically located in two separate locations. So there came to be two sets of servers. Now, modern times being what they are now, those servers are co-located, and they really, it doesn't, I know people are like, oh no, the servers are on the other side of the ocean for me. That's why I have lag. That has nothing to do with it. Like, data moves so fast. Like, the location of the servers doesn't, it could be located in your house and you could still have lag if there's problems. So that's not it. Anyway, soapbox off. The servers now, everybody is under Standing Stone Games, and the servers are co-located in the United States. But those two, because there was different coding happening between them, you cannot move a character from one of the groups to the other groups. That still persists to this day. So, if you have a character in what is called the US servers, you can only move a character to one of those other US servers. If you have a character in one of the EU servers, you can only move it to one of the other EU servers. That's the gist of it. And so the wiki has a really nice listing out of all the different servers and which which grouping they fit under. And as mentioned, legendary servers, they're special, and because they are being created and coded fresh, basically, they don't have some of those, whatever it is that becomes inherent to a character's file that prevents them from going to the other side. But once you transfer off of a legendary server, which you can do now, they've just opened up transfers off of legendary servers, off of Treebird and Shadowfax, you can transfer away, but once you go to, you are then falling into either the US or the EU server group, and then once you're in there, you can't go across. Like there's no ability to go between them. So you're stuck in whichever pool you land in, if that makes sense. So yes, as Telerian mentions, yes, transfers off legendary servers are special, since you can transfer to either North America or Europe, but afterwards you're stuck with that choice. So, yeah, and as Telerian points out, currently transfers from Treebeard and Shadowfax are $24.95. Eventually, those transfers will be free, but not until the servers are closing. At least that's what we expect, because that's what they did with Ithil when Ithil closed, and that's what they did with Anor when Anor closed, was you could transfer your characters off of there for free within a short period of time. Like, you only have a couple of months at the most. So you definitely want to be paying attention. So when a legendary server, if you have characters on a legendary server and it's getting close to whatever the cap is, which currently is 140, you probably want to pay attention, because once they hit that level cap, that's when they start going, okay, we're going to close the server, and y'all can, go play somewhere else. So that's something to be aware of and be prepared for. So like those of us who are on Treebeard, if I were to stop playing for a little while, once it got to be around, 4 years from now, I would want to make sure I was paying attention, because I would want to get my characters and all the stuff off of Treebeard. So there we are. Okay. All right. So what is, Agartha says free transfers from Shadowfax might be available as early as next month. Yeah, because they're at 140, aren't they? Wait, did they hit 140 yet? What's Shadowfax hits 140 May 3rd. So in a month. So yeah, I don't know how long they're going to leave them at cap before they start looking to close the server or not. I don't know. That one was just like they zoomed so fast. It was crazy cakes, right? So if you want to get any of the legendary server only titles and you want to do it fast, Shadowfax would be the place to go and go do that right now. We got a bunch of the titles on Anor, and so I don't feel strongly that I need to do that anymore. So, okay, so I'm going to check out what Candace has to say. He says, strange things are beginning in this land. It troubles me greatly. Perhaps you can help me sort out a few of them. Sure. Okay, so he's talking about in a northern dale. He says, orcs have grown bolder and ferocious in recent days, but when you cross the last bridge into the Trollshaws, you will face greater peril. Something has stirred the beasts of the wild into madness, and if it travels ahead of you, there may be great evil left in its wake. Luck be with you as you travel the road through the Trollshaws and begin the climb towards Rivendell. The path will not be easy, but Elrond must be told of what befell you in Cardolan and the growing threat of Angmar. Okay, let's go.
Good luck to you. The road will be a long one.
All right, your road will be a long one. So this is an instance in a northern dale. I see a bunch of red dots up there. And we are here in the Lone Lands, heading our way. So we're south of Agamar, a little outside of Oscaruth, heading towards the last bridge. Well, it says defeat the half-orcs on the road. Shall we go say hi? There's a bunch of them. Hi. Well, they are red. We can just start attacking. Okay. I'm like, maybe I should do the thing. Oh, I can't. I'm in combat. There we go. Just do a rain of arrows on these guys. There we go.
My friend, do we share the same road?
Although, sometimes you have to be careful because if you defeat things too fast, it can mess it up. This is my friend. Do we share the same road? This is Galasibdir. Okay, this is a new guy. Haven't met him before, but he sure looks rangery. Oh, we've met him before. My bad. I did not recognize you, Galasibdir. He says, I have not seen you since you departed Sarn Ford in the company of Halbrad. When he returned to us, he told us what befell Meneldir beneath Dor Ernil, and we wept for him despite his past. But evil stirs in the land, and there is little time to mourn. What brings you to the Lowlands? You tell him that you seek to bring word to Elrond of Rivendell, that the Witch King and his servants have evil designs upon the realm of Angmar. The ranger thinks for a moment. I had planned to return to Tornhad in the angle of Mathithel, but your journey feels to be of great import to me. I would accompany you on this quest if you would have me. The road to Rivendell is like to be dangerous. You tell him that his company would be welcome as you make for Rivendell. Then we are agreed. Lead on, my friend. All right. Can do. Oh, we have traveled ahead. We're past the last bridge into the Trollshaws. And we're over to here now. So we've made our way partway through the Trollshaws. Well, good for us. All right, let's talk to him, see what he has to say. He says, there it is again, among the trees, off the road, just off the road. Do you hear that rustling? It sounds to me like something large pretending to be small. A troll to be certain. It is beyond hope to think we might pass its notice. So, time-wise right now, remember, we are still in the time frame when before the Fellowship has been created in Rivendell. The Hobbits are headed that way. Boromir is headed that way, and we've encountered him. So we know people are headed to Rivendell from many different directions, and so we are also headed that way, it appears, at this point. So time-wise, there could be Black Riders in here because, you know, the Hobbits have encountered them at Weathertop about somewhere in this time frame. So, yeah, we need to be ready. But, okay, thankfully, it's just a troll. It's not a...
Another one!
He says, another one! Oh, dear. How many trolls we got?
I will be glad.
You'll be glad when we leave the Trollshaws. Trolls are not known to be clever, and for the most part, they do not hunt together. It may have been misfortune alone that we had to face two in succession, or perhaps the days grow darker, and the rising threat of the shadow makes the creatures grow more bold. We should proceed. Soon we will need to climb, and the footing may become treacherous. So we're going to follow him and meet up at the High Moor. We'll talk to him some more. So Telerian says, is that with or without the level cap increases for the next 3 expansions in between? As if, you know, making a calendar entry for the end of Treebeard in 2026. And that would be, yes, as before says, more of a check on Treebeard's progress calendar entry. Yeah, it'll be easier to calculate as we get closer. I think at one point I calculated it out to like mid-2027, but that's without any new stuff added on, right? So, yeah. Bets are still accepted for what will happen next, says Telerian. Shadowfax closing or level cap increase? Oh. I don't think we're getting a level cap increase. We didn't get one, right, with this update. And the next update, well, that's true. The next update is what, 36? I was just watching Scenario's stream where he did like a walk through the new Karn Doom instances. He was walking through that space. And that was really interesting. And he was just getting into the part where he's showing off like the new area that will be the King's Gondor. So like post the fall of Mordor kind of stuff. You know, and Elisar is king, and he's going out into the world and checking on things. Sorry, forgot how to swallow for a minute there. So I don't know if we're going to get a level cap increase with that though, but I bet I'm kind of with before. I think Shadowfax closes first. Solarian says level cap increase is on schedule for fourth quarter this year. So I think Shadowfax closes first. I don't think it'll still be around in quarter 4. Because we're in, what, Q2 already. And it goes up in this quarter. I bet Shadowfax closes in Q3. That'd be my guess. Just thinking from a business perspective. Alright, what does the last of you have to say? I have only been to Rivendell once in the company of my chieftain or Aragorn, but I believe we are nearly there. Soon we will see the elves that guard the pass, and you will bring your warning of the shadow that rises in Angmar to Elrond. Alright, we have to follow him and fight alongside him. What are we fighting? Oh, there's a lynx in our way. Aw, I'm so sorry, little lynx. Yeah, before is talking about bookmarking the 2023 roadmap, that the Lotro letter that came out, the letter to the players, it was great. It had so much good information about what they've got in mind for this year. Alright, we got some more flies. So we should be up in the High Moor. Yeah, we're up in this area. Something has troubled the animals here, as in Cardolan. Hey, this is where you come with Bingo Boffin, too. Shouldn't there not be guards here? Yeah, there should be guards here. They're like, should be right here. And you talk to Bingo, and Bingo talks to the guards, and they're like, what?
Something is not right.
He says, something is not right. I agree. There should definitely be guards there. What's the going on? Well, here's the gates of Enlamra.
Have at last found this hidden refuge.
He says, could evil...
Not if we maintain our vigilance.
All right, not if we maintain our vigilance, Dunedain. You saw no guard, but that does not mean Imladris is unguarded.
It is awesome. Good to see you again.
And this is Brigalith. We traveled with her for a little while, too, through Cardolan. And she's so shiny. Look how shiny. She's all shiny elfie. She glows. She glows with starlight. Let's see what she has to say. She says, you are welcome to Imladris, and my heart sings to see you safe. Scouts saw you and Glasabdir of the Dunedain as you climbed to the High Moor, and they brought word to me and to others in the Vale that as you neared the pass. I begged leave of Lord Elrond that I be the one to greet you. You did not make this journey to give him the tidings of Saruman I have already delivered, I trust. No, I see in your eye there is something else. I told you once we stood on the very precipice of danger, and the events of recent days have shown me that I was more right than ever. Others await your arrival in Imladris. One such friend made haste to greet you at the entrance, but it seems he has not yet arrived. Look for him further along the path. Okay. He's probably not an elf then.
Further along the path.
Is there a hobbit? Oh, are there any hobbits we haven't seen recently? Is it Sam? We like Sam. Sam's cool. He's got good food. It's the mayor. Nah, the mayor. No way the mayor's leaving Mickle Delving and all that lovely food and the comfy burrows. Well, wherever this friend is, man, they are having a hard time getting along this path, aren't they? Ah, it's Boromir. Wait, what does it say? He's looks upon. Wait, I missed it. Let me look it up. Boromir of Gondor looks up at you with a pleased grin on his face. He says, I see your own journey finds its end in the same northern dale as does mine. When I heard the elves calling among themselves that a hobbit neared Rivendell in the company of a ranger, I knew that you and Meneldir approached. But where is he? Why does he tarry? Boromir sees something in your expression and falls silent. His journey too has ended. Is that it? Tell me what befell him as we walk. It is still a long way to the house of Elrond. All right, so we walk with Boromir and we tell him what happened. As we walk along and mark our way to the last homely house, which we are here. He says, he was a good man and brave, and he died fighting evil. May each of us do the same, if that is where our roads must lead. How prophetic is that? Elrond awaits. All right, we're going to follow him to the last homely house.
The master of the house has asked me more questions than
he has given me answers. Well,
perhaps you
have met an elf now, haven't you? Perhaps you will fare better. I will show you to him. Hey, it's Gandalf. Hey, Gandalf. How's it going, bud? He says, yes, I know something of the road you took to get here and some of the tidings you bring. No, not all, but some. Folk of different lands have come to Rivendell in recent days, and I see in that a hopeful sign. Councils will be taken in the days to come, and decisions of great import must be made. But this is not my house. You should speak with Elrond, its master, and give to him the message you have brought across so many miles. I will see you again. Hello, Master Elf. He says, welcome to Rivendell. This is a place of safety and of refuge, and you are welcome to take what rest you can within the Vale. But first, are you willing to tell me what brings you here? Many are the dangers you have faced to get here, and if your tale is like the others I have heard of late, I believe they signify trouble ahead for the peoples of Middle-earth. You tell him you have much to tell, and he nods, a thoughtful expression on his face. He says, speak then of how you came to this place of safety, Rivendell, the last homely house east of the sea.
But speak swiftly,
before the shadows deepen.
From where did
your road lead? Oh, you know, here and there. Oh. Speak to him in the library. Meet me inside. Oh, we're there. Well, that was quick. Didn't even have to fall down or anything. Alright, so yeah. In a northern dale. He says, you have woven quite a tale, and if you should wish it to be ended, none will judge you for it. But in your words I sense something else. Indeed, two somethings. I sense that you possess a desire for adventure, and it remains unquenched even after your trials in the wilderness. You could not remain in this peaceful haven for long before that desire compelled you once again to seek out and oppose great dangers. And I sense, too, that you wish to continue your work on behalf of the free peoples of Middle-earth. We enter a dangerous time, and mighty foes seek to return to the height of their powers, heights that were stolen from them in centuries past by great heroes. Are you to be one of those heroes in this age, I wonder? So rest then for as long as you wish, then return to me when you are ready to resume your adventure. The shadow that rises in Angmar must be faced and defeated, and I fear the black riders that troubled Cardolan and pursued Frodo Baggins hither have not been defeated for good. One of their number has not yet been found. Cool, so we're going to get some reputation with the Dunedain of Cardolan, some virtue experience, and we get a shiny new toy that is well below my current level. But it would be really awesome if I was that level, probably. So I'll just pick a thing. Nice. So my thinking is then, yeah, because it's Further Adventures of Elladan and Arrowhair. So that is where I was wondering where it would meet up with the epic line. I thought it would be with Candace, but no, it's with Elrond. Of course, it's with Elrond. How did I even doubt that? So. Telerian points out that the release of Gundabad on Anor was just a month prior to when Anor closed, and that would hint at a closing prior to a level cap increase. So, yeah, I think this is new, right? Yeah, bath time. What if I do like a feint or something? There we go. Blub, 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 blub. The new Rivendell is quite lovely. I really like what they've done. Hope they don't mind me dripping water all over the floor here. I guess I got plenty of leaves to soak it up, right? I am quite busy with the current request of Mithrandir to be able to assist you. Wow, look at all these studies. Master Elrond has asked me to find a very ancient scroll. Cool. You can actually do, yeah, crafting in here. Does this door lead anywhere? No, okay. And now the stairs are stairs instead of a ramp. I mean, you still walk up the same way, but it looks different. Hey, there's Delaros. We run into him. Oh, you can, is this expert scholar always been here? I'm not a scholar. I have a scholar on this server, it's just not her. Bunch of studies all over the place. I know, right? Like, the whole place is just so pretty. Oh, hey, there's a door. Hey, maybe we should go out the door. Oh my gosh. I forgot it's not instanced. I was waiting for this swirly swirly. Oops. You can still jump on top of the stairs. That's good. Whee! Wait, where does that go? Oh, we're up one farther than I was thinking. I can't jump out the side. What about this one? Oh, yeah, this one I can. Nice. It's very pretty. It's very lovely. Hmm? We can get out the back? Ooh, let's find out. Yes, kids, get out of the pool. What, this pool? Whee! Or do you mean this pool? Yeah, I wonder if you sit, how far down does this one go?
If you go up one level, there's the back door.
There we go, now I'm sitting. Ow, it barely touches my dress. Alright, I'm gonna go up one level, I hear. So hang on. This is the quality content you come for, right? Alright. Hobbits playing in the pools in Rivendell. Okay, this person looks way more like a ranger than an elf. Oh, sorry. So which way? Out here? Oh, wait, there's a door. Is it ajar? Okay. Oh, I've been out here before. It's been a while, though. Back when I couldn't find things. Oh, where are you at? You pulling an Aladdin over there? Where's your magic carpet? Oh, wow. You're on the edge. That's cool. Yeah, I'd have jumped right over that. Nice. Whee! But then what? Oh, okay. That's right. There's this over here. And this is where sometimes you would find the, yeah, the trainers and stuff. Oh, they have a clerk of kinships right here. There are many things a fellowship could accomplish that none could do alone. Like Dragoff. Explorer of Region. Just, you're not exploring far though, he's just standing there. That's pretty cool though. I like the new Rivendell. That looks good. Okay, so that finishes off the epic quest line that we had going on in Cardolan and all the side quests that we had found and done. But I think we still have some... Oh, by the way, we bought horses that match, but almost. We got... What am I writing? I forgot what it's called. We've been questing out in the Limelight Gorge, and so with the... with some rep with the Limelight Gorge people, you could buy ponies for us. And, oh, Wirilla says it's shallow, but you can fish there. Oh, that's awesome. So we bought, there's 2 to get, and so we each got different ones. So mine's got like a pair of blankets on it. So like there's a blanket on the back and a blanket on the front underneath the saddle work. Whereas with Affodil's, there's no blanket. It's just straight up. Oh, yours is the prized Easterling pony, and I have the other Easterling pony then. So, yeah, it's kind of cool. So I was like, they're twinsies. Nice. They're very similar, except for mine, yeah, has the blankets and hers doesn't. So we were testing them out to see how they look. I'll ride this for a few days. Sure. Okay, so we were going to go back, right? Because we have some outstanding deeds, don't we? Diddle-doo. Let's see, what would be under Eriador? Does Cardolan count as Eriador? Looking for Swanfleet, Cardolan. There it is. Okay, yeah, wow, look at all these deeds I haven't completed. So there's some exploring I haven't done. There's a peril I have not done. So we wanted that. So yes, I have a bunch of things yet to accomplish in Swanfleet and Cardolan. So I was thinking we might pop back over and take a look around. Oh, apparently we have other quests? Under what? Oh, I turned mine in already. Whoops. Okay, so I will take us to... Where do we want to go? Hern, which is... That's Longaron. That's Hern. Okay. Looks like a giant mushroom, the one for Hern. I think it's supposed to be like a lantern or maybe a hat. I'm not sure what it is. Looks like a giant mushroom to me.
It's the front of a building.
It's the front of a building. Looking up at the front of a building. Huh, okay. Well, it still looks like a mushroom to me. Not sure why. Okay, so we are... Okay, hang on. I gotta... Whoopsie. Okay. So if I look up and we pull up the Hern thing again. So there's the Hern, or the guide to Cardolan, but like, you know, it turns. Yeah, you can see that, kind of, sort of. Meh. Anyway, so anyway, go to the giant mushroom place. Nice. All right, so let's see. Yeah, Affodil knows where we need to go. I love these. Look at these gorgeous landscapes, though. Oh, I should make sure, pardon me, that my graphics is on, like, high, very high, ultimate high, because I turned off post-processing effects the other day, and sometimes that means to bump it down. Yeah, and it affects water, and I don't want to affect the water. The water is pretty. It's because we were in Moria, and we were doing a toast to one of the guys, the dwarf who fell, and so it puts the effects on you, and it's like very silly. Hey, we haven't done this quest. He says, the secret to being a successful fisherman, I'll tell you if you have the patience. So exercise patience and learn his secret. And it says he said to be patient. We have 3 minutes. Okay. We'll just be patient and look at the water. But seriously, like, so the water, so I was watching the stream that Scenario did. And so, okay, so look, see there's the tower. And then down into the water, you see the reflection of the tower. That's really good. Hey, if I walk in the water, I'm not going to go too far. I just want to make a ripple. I was curious. Yeah, it does. Look, it made the water rippled, and it did disturb the image. That's really good. So apparently, when they were testing it on Bullroar, the new water with the reflections and everything, they were getting bug reports saying that there's like these weird shadows, like these weird things. There's these weird things happening with the water because it was the shadow of like nearby buildings and things, and people are like, we're not expecting that. So. Yeah, so they've done a really good job with the current water. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, right? So funny. People were not expecting that. I just think it's really interesting because I know there's people that are like, they want, you know, updated graphics or something. And I think really what they're talking about is like, they would love the buttons and stuff to be scalable for like modern 4K screens. That's really what I think people are talking about. Because, I mean, if you're talking about this other stuff, like the look and feel of the landscape and of, you know, and of the drawing that they've done here, it's just, it's very pretty, you know? I think they've really got some nice style. They got style, man. Speaking of scenario, I'm going to try and pull a scenario and remember to drink on a regular basis. I suppose I could be fishing while we're standing here. Let's see, where's my fishing pole? I think I usually keep my fishing pole in my stuff, but sometimes then I'm like, oh, nope, it's on me. And yep, there it is. I've got it with me. Never know when you got some fishing to do, you know. Well, speaking of, might as well. So Aaron Bard says, the other day you walked into the new homely house and everything was in electric blue. Not sure if that's your system's issue or a glitch. That is wild. Yeah, it definitely sounds like it was some sort of a glitch. Maybe your, what processes color? Just processor, I guess. I don't know. Video card. Maybe your video card was like wigging out for a minute or something. We were lucky enough to get newer computers sorted out in the last year or so. It seemed the time would never come, but he's ready to reveal his secret. Okay, what up?
Well,
The secret, you have already shown that you know it, my friend. The secret is patience. When it comes to fishing, there's a lot of waiting. And you have proven that you can do that, which is not something everyone can do. Good work, and happy fishing. Okay, thanks. It gives us a rotten fruit. Alright. And some reputation and stuff, so, you know, at least there's that. Cool. Alrighty. Well, now that we're done fishing, I think I'll put my gear back on. Oh, Egg Arthur says it's a glitch because it happens a lot on Bull Roar, though in that case it's usually red. Aaron Bard walked around taking screenshots. You know what I haven't seen in a long time, and this because this happened to me early on, like in the first year that I was playing, and I haven't had it happen in a long time. Is where you're like, where the something goes wrong with calculating where you are versus where the ground is, and you start flying, and then you can't get down. And I had a couple times when that happened, and it was such a wild experience. It's like, yeah, you just start walking, and it's like you're just like keep staying in the air. You're like, how do I adjust this? Like, oh my gosh, it was so cool. Like the sort of thing where you're like, I wish I could replicate this on purpose. But it was also really wild because it's like, how do you get down from this? It was neat. I don't know if I got many screenshots. I think I may have gotten one or two. I should go back and look at my old screenshots. It's been a while. I take a lot of screenshots, but then I only remember to actually look at them. Excuse me. Generally when I'm posting the tweets for this stream, because I'm like, oh, I want to put a good screenshot out, on the tweet. And then I go and look at my screenshots, and then the whole rest of the time I just ignore them most of the time. Although, recently, I've been changing where I've got my stuff on my bars. So, like all the little doodlies here. So B4 has a theory that he works with where he's got kind of like the more combat style stuff on this side, like over on this area, this direction, and then the less combat-y stuff in that direction. So over here, so like my hunter find the path where I get us increased out of combat run speed, and like my mounts and healing stuff. So like the stuff that's not going to prepare me for combat, it goes over there. And then the stuff that I do use to prepare for combat, yeah, if I don't need it in a split second, it doesn't deserve to be on 1 through 6, says before. And so I started playing with that, and so I've moved things around, and I'm still getting used to it, but I'm pretty used to it now. Like, it definitely helps me know which direction to look, which is kind of interesting, because I hadn't sorted them like that before. So I took a screenshot, because I'm like, if I like this, I want to be able to take it easily to my hunters on my other servers, because I'll get used to this, because this is my main, and this is where I play most of the time, right? So I'll get used to that muscle memory, and then I'll want to be able to translate that over to my other characters when I'm, playing somebody like over on Laurelin. If I ever play Rose over there, she's my hunter over there, and and so on. So I had taken a screenshot, and then this last update happened where they wiped away the stuff for like hunters, captains, and wardens, I think it was, and I was really grateful I had that screenshot because I hadn't gotten around to getting a fresh one right before the update. So it worked out. All right, so we have 2 quests over here. An imagination most vivid.
A shadow has fallen upon
She
our
said,
lives.
this was once an impressive city, this being Tharbad, and a thriving center of trade. If I close my eyes, I can almost see it. I have always had a vivid imagination. You could ask anyone who knows me, and they will tell you it's true. Can I ask you to slay the orcs that now crawl within Tharbad? I would like to do what I can to restore the city to the way it was, though it prove impossible. I would also ask you to climb to the northernmost section of the Great Bridge that once spanned the river and look out over the city. Then you can describe to me what you see, and my imagination will fill in the rest. That's nice. I like that. And then she has another quest for us. Just filth
What
and
hope
trinkets?
remains for us?
She says Tharbad was a thriving and important city at its height, but that was long ago. Now the orcs haunt every corner, and they have no respect for the city it used to be. Still, do you think it's possible that the orcs might have picked up something valuable from that period of Tharbad's history? They mostly carry filth and rubbish, but as far as I can make out, but hidden among the garbage there might be a real treasure. Imagine that. So we're going to defeat orcs and retrieve any items of value. Okay. Sure. Oh yeah, these falls. Yeah, like Affadil's saying, I really like these falls. So pretty. And then Tharbad's right here behind us. Yeah, let's go take a look at the falls. Are you in the falls? Oh wow, you can get really close. Oh, that's cool. Whoa. Look at that. Oh, that's neat. Hmm? Oh, you're in a new zone. Eh! And my horse is not sure what it's doing. There we go. Now entering Sedgemead. Interesting. So can we get back up the hill? Uh-oh. Can we get back up this way? Okay, wait. Nope. Oh, noes! Invisible walls! Uh-oh. We have taken our exploration a little too far. Can we get out the other side, I wonder? Let's swim to the other side and find out. I wasn't able to get back up that way.
With some vigorous jumping there.
Uh-oh, I'm on invisible walls again here. Oh, here we go. Now I'm starting to make progress, I think. Now it's shifting me sideways. You can tell they don't want me to necessarily make too much progress there. That's okay. Here we go, here we go. Sometimes you can just jump and it gets you around something. There we go. Well, I made it to somewhere. Anyway, the falls are very cool. Let's see if I can get back. Oh no. More invisible walls. Where am I going to end up? We'll find out. While we all enjoy the lovely scenery. Well, it says I'm entering Tharbad now, so I must be in the right direction. I'm just going to be on the other side of the river from you. Why is it... Oh, wow. There we go. Well, this will be interesting. Wow, there's a lot of invisible walls up here that were unexpected. Huh.
You're almost right. Can you come up?
Well, I'm trying. But there seems to be an invisible wall here. Hi. I know, right? I mean, like, literally, I'm, like, riding forward. And then, I wonder if I can fall down from up here somewhere. That's what I was expecting it to do, is to have me just fall down somewhere.
Yeah, what I call you.
Well, I was just going to go around and see what happens if I go around this way. Although it keeps pushing me further out. Which is really funny, because I thought we had been in this area. But maybe not. Because we did some scouting a while back, I remember, to, like, look around. Oh my goodness, what is Scooby-Doo here? I can't go down, I can't fall down that way. That's... Wow, you might end up having to call me. That is crazy. Well, I did want to show you all the beautiful landscape out here, but this wasn't exactly what I had in mind. Okay, I'm just going to accept a summons. And it's interesting, it doesn't even have my arm in the air. But I'm sure it'll be fine. This is fine. But we can look at the lovely landscape. There we go. While we're waiting. I suppose I could put that back on so we know how soon I am traveling. There we go. Thank you. All right. Yeah, I'll follow you.
Well, obviously that's not
Yes, as has been shown, that may or may not be a good idea to follow him. Well, if I don't go off the falls, I'll be fine. We'll just be careful around the water. Defeated an orc. And Tharbad. Let me zoom in a little bit here. There's a wooden chest. Let me check that out. We've collected some rubbish. So that's nice. Might need to get a trailer. For all the rubbish. One of the neighbors is, I guess, throwing stuff away. They've pulled a trailer up to their door, and so our doors aren't that far apart. And they've pulled up a trailer, but luckily it's in their space, so we can still get out of our door and stuff. And they filled it up, and it disappeared for a little bit of time, and then it came back empty, and now they're filling it up again. And they do this periodically. Which is, we're like, where do they get all this stuff to throw away? Oh, we collected an old insignia of Tharbad. Says maybe this isn't rubbish after all. Nice. Okay, let's see. We need to find a northern part of the Great Bridge. Alright. Well, this looks like a bridge, doesn't it? Or like it would have been. Like it was a great bridge. Man, you could take like huge, you know, groups of horses across there all at once, I would think. Like, big bridge. It looks pretty awesome. Well, in my imagination. It looked awesome. That'd be kind of... What, you're taking us near falls again. I'm dubious. Wouldn't it be cool if they took us into, like, some sort of instances that took us back in time to, like, Tharbad as it was, kind of thing? Earth that was. Tharbad that was. Okay. So we found the northern part of the bridge. Well, the northern part of where the bridge was. So now we just have to kind of get up there and then take a look around. So we're gonna skirt our way up this hill. And yeah, this looks bridge-like. Or ex-bridge-like. Get these orcs out of the way. What? Oh, he must be a harder one. Still, I should have been able to one-shot. Shoot. One-shoot him? One-shot him? Should have been able to one-shot him. I like the... But it's Pat's tent, so I should have been able to one-shoot him. So this is the part of the bridge that she wanted us to look from. For her benefit, you look out over the flooded city from this vantage point. Yeah. It is pretty flooded, isn't it? Yeah. Alright. Cool, though. And if you're a scholar, there's a place for a broken urn. Okay. So, let's see. I have, yep, talked to her on the riverbank after I find my way off the bridge, which was apparently a difficult thing to do. And bring her the old insignia. So what B4 is doing over here on the side is he has pulled up... What is it you're using?
I used Lotro Companion to get a sense of which quests we have done.
Lotro Companion. So Lotro Companion is something you can use in concert with the deed tracker, for example. If you want to just do like a data dump of all the deeds you have done, and you want to, instead of going through and like checking them off, like if you have an existing character and then you add deed tracker, there's a whole bunch of deeds you'll have already completed, right? And so rather than going through and like, did I do this? Okay, check this. Did I do this? Okay, check this. You know, you can do a data dump out of that Lotro Companion and just import that data, and the deed tracker can take that then and then just check everything for you. Really cool. So there's a lot of functionality you can do with this Lotro Companion. So what he's doing is he's looking at all the quests in the area and seeing what quests are outstanding that are listed in that we have not completed. So that's how we're ending up finding all these little quests that we're just like, how did you run across that? Well, it's because we're using that. All right, so the imagination.
There's no end to our haunts.
She said, you did what you could to clear the orcs from Tharbad. I appreciate it. Now, tell me what you saw from atop the Great Bridge. You describe the view to her as best as you can, and she closes her eyes, allowing your words to flow over her. At last, she opens them and smiles. Sorry. She says, I could almost see it as it was so many years ago. No orcs at all. The city was full of craftsmen, and wagons lumbered across the span, carrying goods for distant lands. It was a thriving center of trade back then. Oh, to have lived during those years. My imagination will have to suffice. Thank you for this, my friend. Take this reward, though it cannot compare to what you have given me. Oh, that's nice. And
Evil
we found the
fears
trinket.
not to walk in the light of day.
She says, "You did find something. I knew you would." You hand her the old insignia, and she turns it over in her hand, studying it closely. This raised bit of metal would have been the mark of a trading guild that operated out of Tharbad when the city was at its height. I will have to tell my brother Brayok about this when I get home. He has a number of books that might tell me more about the guild, but he spends all of his days worrying. But it is quite a waste if you ask me. Thank you for helping me. Alright, so we'll pick some earrings that are all worth E kappa. So it does not matter in that regard. Okay, cool. Nice. Would you like me to take us somewhere? Tornhad. Yes, I should be able to do that. Let's see. There it is, Tornhad. Got it. Now, Tornhad is in the angle of Mythifiel, which... Well, not Tharbad, which is where we were. Don't get those mixed up. So we have now traveled into the Trollshaws area, but we were down here, and now we're up here. So it's still close by to Swanfleet, which is probably why we've done this. That would be my guess. Yeah. Sometimes it's kind of handy. So that is the Angle of Mythifiel is also a newer area, only new from the last couple of years. And there's a spot there, Tharbad, Tharbad, where you can get hunter travel using reputation coins, which is so handy. I love trying to get like every kind of, hunter travel skill that I can get, because I love being able to take my fellowship around, and like every once in a while you'll have somebody who's like, new and low level, and they're doing something, and they're like, "Oh, I need to go over so and so." I'm like, "I can take you there. Let's go. Hunter taxi. Let's do it." And that's always nice. Or maybe you're doing something for like anniversary festival, or who knows what, right? I love the flexibility of having all that travel. I can't remember if Tornhad or Tharbad, whichever one that we just did, had Tornhad, not Thorinhad, which is another one in. I'm telling you, that's very Tolkien, isn't it? Anyway, they might have had. So like I'm not finishing a sentence. I apologize. The place that's over there, that's not Yondershire, but it's near the Wildwood. In the Wildwood, there's the Trader's Wharf and Trestle Bridge. And if you got reputation items, you could buy or you could buy hunter travel to Trader's Wharf and to Trestle Bridge. Wait, Trestle Bridge, do I have one? Nay. Yes. Yes, I probably do. Anyway, but not just hunter travel, you could also get like personal self travel. And I can't remember if, yes, Tornhad, son of Thornhad, cousin of Tharbad. I can't remember if Tornhad had also, I think it did, individual travel that you could get. So if you're not a hunter, ooh, yay, explore 14 enemy encampments and other dangerous places. Awesome, thank you. We have scouted Cardolan. Yeah, because sometimes, you might be on a character who isn't a hunter. You don't run around with a hunter. And so getting those individual travel skills can be really handy. And not every place that has hunter travel also has individual travel, I don't think. So that's where it's like, it's nice to find those when they do have them. That's what it was. That's where I was going. Those are all the words I was trying to get out. I have a new title, Scout of Cardolan. Well, I would use Fool, but I don't have that as an option. Oh, wait, I want the... Where is it? Lady of Streams. Because that makes... It's a joke, right? Because this is a stream. See, so let me... I'm clicking myself. I can't click on myself. I don't remember how to click on myself. Let's talk to Marith first.
You there?
He says, "You there.
I
You
have
look
a
strong and capable.
proposition for
I have a
you."
proposition for you. If you are interested in making some coin, I'll take your iron coins of Cardolan, though I can't remember why I want those. He says, east of here, a large number of wild boar have made dens. Usually I would not meddle with the creatures, but this lot are sickly and will attack on sight. Well, that's not good. He says, go to the boar dens and defeat as many of the creatures as you're able. Bring me back some of their meat, and I have an idea for something that may help things. All right. Let me see. How do I click on me again? There's me. There's you. There's me. Am I just like... Oh, it's because it's got the thing. See? Lady of Streams. Waka waka. Egg Arthur says, what's odd about the Tornhad port is that you can acquire it without ever having visited there. That is weird. That doesn't seem like something you should be able to do. Oh, we have delvings. Also, those are deeds, technically. Complete 10 delvings of each tier. So, yes. Waka waka. I am a Muppet fan. I like Fuzzy Bear. I've always loved his humor, actually. Even as a kid, I just thought he was fantastic. But I definitely enjoy puns. Waka waka. Bear left, frog right. Yeah. So about being able to like get the travel skill without ever having been there before. It says, you know, I talked to somebody who used to be friends with someone from Thornhad, so I think I know the way. Like, I know somebody who knows somebody, you know. Yeah, and it's funny because like with hunter travel, like how do you explain that from an in-world perspective, right? Because it's like you're here one minute, you're there the next minute. Like there's just this teleportation thing happening, right? So, but we joke that it's you know, we know the hidden ways, and so these hidden pathways like get you there so much faster. That's what it is. So, yeah, I know a guy who knows a guy. No names. Let's see. So what do we do? Oh, we still need to collect some more diseased boars meat. Well, that boar doesn't count. So what's the scoop? Are we just out of the wrong area? We're too far up. That's what it is. Yeah, I think we need to get back down. You defeated a hill grouse. So sad. Well, that one doesn't see. Oh, it's the diseased. Some of them aren't diseased. That's why. We're looking for the ones that are diseased. Ah, okay. Well, I have collected a fair pile of diseased boar meat. Yummy. Yeah. Mmm. Yeah, speaking of, I'm not sure what I'm doing for dinner tonight. I actually had a really, really late lunch, or early dinner, however you want to look at it. So, I'm not, like, going to be starving during B4's stream, but I might as well cook something for myself. What about, yes, right? What about a second lunch? What is this one for? Oh, this is over in Grimbold's camp and stuff. Okay, so from an Epic Line perspective, we are also doing other things. Hang on a second. He's like, oh, that does have a stench, doesn't that? I'll take that from you. Thank you. Okay. Well, he's got a plan, but he doesn't tell us what it is. Okay. That's fine. You don't have to tell me. Keep your secrets. Hang on. This half-orc over there looks like somebody I should defeat. I have defeated him. Wow, look at that. That's pretty. We're in Gloaming. Heading into evening in the game. That's pretty. We're not quite to gloaming here, although the sun is like right here, and the horizon is just below that, so it is close to going down below the horizon. Not quite, but we're getting close. So, okay, so Swanfleet and Cardolan is like early level stuff, right? It goes up through like level. Starts at. Whoop, hang on, I want to defeat that guy. Yeah, we need half orcs, so we need 120 and we're at 70. We should just find a pack of them somewhere. What about there? I'll bet they're around somewhere. Anyway, so we didn't start these characters in Swanfleet and Cardolan. We'd started them in the other racial beginnings. I mean, mainly because Swanfleet and Cardolan didn't exist at that time. So we've come back and are doing this with these characters now because we wanted to see the area and see the storyline and do all the things. But yeah, it's not. So we're way over leveled, and you know there's still a lot of deeds to do, Slayer deeds and stuff like that. But so this is a legendary server, and it's a slow progression server, meaning that we don't have everything all at once. They're slowly adding on each expansion over time. About every 5 to 6 months, we get the next one that was in line. So at this point, we have gone from having just Eriador, which was through level 50. Then the next one we got was Moria. We went through Moria, and that also included let me get out of Moria. Dimril Dale. So that included Lothlorien and the Dimril Dale. And then we got into South Mirkwood. That was the next one after that. And now we're into like Isengard and Dunland and heading into the Great River. So that's where we are in the actual epic storyline that we're doing with these characters. And we realized that we've been kind of faffing about a little bit and doing festival and whatever. This guy's shirt is really interesting. Sorry. I'm distracted by the construction of his shirt. Like we got leather up on top for the shoulders, and then we got some cloth going on down here. That's really interesting. It's funny because I'm making a sweater, and it's the first time I've tried to knit a sweater, and I'm looking at knitted clothing a lot more because you often see knitted clothing more often than you see crocheted clothing. So it's shifted my mind because I'm a crocheter, but I'm just recently getting into knitting, and so I am noticing people's knitted clothing more than I used to, and and I just see it with a different eye. Excuse me, a little more critical, I guess. And like normally, how you would just see something, you're like, oh, that's cool, and now I'm like, oh, that's cool. What is that? You know, how is that put together? So I'm paying a lot more attention to that sort of thing. Anyway, so I noticed
Well,
interesting clothing construction now, I guess.
Like the plan did not
That I usually
go
would just
quite
breeze
as
by before
planned.
sometimes. Anyway, he has a quest called Stopping the Spread. He says, well, it seems like the plan did not go quite as planned. That is, we put a good dent into the boar population, so that went well, but I may have used the meat you brought me to poison the nearby wargs. The poisoned meat did weaken the wargs with the illness, just as planned. However, it has come to my attention that the wargs are made of a sterner stuff, and the illness is not quite having the desired effect. While it has slowed the ghastly things down a bit, the wargs are not succumbing as expected. If you could see your way to helping me again, talk to my sister, Marielle. She always knows what to do and is more than happy to tell you that, but she will certainly have a plan. I see her across the water a ways, but I am loath to confess what I have done. She is so mean. That is, she'll probably not be mean to you. Probably. That's funny, I didn't notice his funky shirt when we met him when he was sitting down. Okay, so we're gonna go talk to his sister. The sister with a plan. Whoa! I did not make that jump, did I? No big deal. Anyway, so we realized when the next level cap comes, we will want to have finished our current stuff. So, yeah, we're like trying to actually stay on track now.
Careful, stranger.
Isengard and all that.
Some fool placed
All right.
diseased
She says,
meat
careful,
here."
stranger. Some fool placed diseased meat here. As you tell her of Maruth's plan, her brother, her face grows more and more troubled. My brother's laziness has reached a new bound. The wargs are sick as he intended. However, fast through the illness has spread to them. It is not killing them as quickly. The creature is now spreading the disease to the wildlife around them. If you come across any diseased wargs, put them down. They are a danger to us and to all around them. Yeah, no problem. That's a normal boar. That one doesn't matter. All right, we gotta go find some wargs. Wargy, 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 wargy. Right. Oh, I see a diseased warg cross over the hill. Yay. Well, there's a whole bunch of them here, I think. Maybe? This might be a good place for them. Oh, he's too far away. What? Ah, there we go. This reminds me a little bit of that warg den that was outside of Swanfleet. In Swanfleet, outside that first starting place, but not exactly. Man, they don't look good, do they? These diseased wargs. That's all that I need. And that's all that I see. Except for this corpse over here. We gotta check the corpse. Where were we? We were in some area, and the corpses were all sitting up. And I was like, that is a little disturbing. Alright, let's go back to the sister. So yeah, so we have our normal gathering with other kin members on this server on Saturdays, and so we're like, okay, every Saturday, here's what we would like to accomplish in order to be on track, to be ready for when the next expansion comes out in June. I'll have to check the date. May or June.
I'm sorry you had
She says, thank you, stranger. I'm sorry you had to clean up my brother's mess. Perhaps this will help him to learn not to try to cut corners. I doubt it.
Shown yourself to be far more
Okay, next question has taking word to Caligrill. So you have shown yourself to be far more dependable than my brother, so I wonder if I can entrust you with another task. I was met to meet with my fellow ranger Caligrill at Amon Fern, but I daren't leave Marith unattended. Would you bring Caligrill word of what we saw here? The diseased boars and the encroaching warg presence is unsettling. Some darkness has swept through Cardolan, I am sure of it. Yeah, we could do that. We're good messenger, adventure, quester people. No problemo. Let's see. I do have the dates listed. I'll just check here. So, Treebeard, Anniversary, Shot of Axe. Treebeard, level cap increased to 85. And we get all of we get all of Rohan or Western Rohan? Anyway, we get Rohan and Wildermore June 7th. So that's our target date to be done with the other stuff is by June 7th. When we open into the next area. Which means, I would guess then we are up for war mounts at that point. So that'll be nice. War mounts are so much fun to just like zoom along on. Plus you can dress them up, which I like to do. I think that's fun. I have fun with that. I guess we're a little ways from our destination, aren't we? Okay. So funny. Every time I pull up the map, and there's this circle over here, and it's a lake with an island in the middle. I've gone over and checked it out. But every time I see that, I think it's a ring on the map. And I'm like, what is that? And I'm like, oh, no, it's not. It's just that. Like, every time. Back in my mind, I'm like, it's a thing. And then I'm like, it's not a thing. Hang on, had a trapper to deal with. Riders of Rohan, which is 75 to 85, is separate from Helm's Deep, which is 85 to 95. So Helm's Deep is the other side of Rohan, basically, right? So you've got Rohan, which is mostly like Western Rohan, War Steeds, a whole bunch of stuff, and then we get to Helm's Deep later, yeah. And it's so funny because sometimes I'm like, well, what do we have next? Or like, what does that encompass? Or what sort of thing like that. The wiki's been great because this has already been done with basically 3 other servers, like Ithil and Anor, especially Anor, because Anor got all the way there. And then, and now Shadowfax. You can see the order that they came out for those groups. And so we can kind of track what it's going to be like for us too, which is pretty awesome. I am hearing a snoring cat. And she is not near me. Oh, that's even funnier. He's hiding under the blanket again, and she's sleeping on top of the blanket. Our cats are cracking us up these days.
Mariel was left
All right,
once more to
greetings.
clean
I
up
am
her brother's
indeed
mess.
Caligrill. So Mariel was left once more to clean up her brother's mess. I am not surprised by that, but the rest of the news you bring is quite troubling. I have myself witnessed strange things indeed.
The activity
I have seen at Ammonfern troubles me. The dead have been roused and wander the dead mount. I mean, it's in the name, dude. And strange men are skulking around the area as well. The two can quite often be seen fighting each other, and I fear their quarrel will spill over and trouble the rest of the land. It seems that she, Mariel, trusts you. Well, then, put the spirits back to rest, and do what you can to remove the men from the place as well. Alright. I will follow you whenever you're ready. Aaron Bard asks, how is the cat who had his teeth out? He seems to be doing great. He's gotten very affectionate of late. And he was kind of like following me upstairs to go to bed at night. But now he's like pretty much every night follows me upstairs to go to bed. And not just like lays down on the bed or nearby or whatever. He like curls up against me and is there the night. And sometimes he'll get up and wander about, you know, like come over for more scritches or more. Yeah, he's very super friendly right now. It's really sweet. He seems to have forgiven us and recovered really well. And it's quite possible that, yeah, he might have been, you know, holding back because he was not feeling so good. So it's great that he's definitely seems to be feeling better. So yay. He still does funny things that I'm like, is this normal? Like, he seems to have what I would call trained behaviors. And it makes me wonder, like, why is it... For example, he definitely likes to use the litter box right before I go to bed. Or like right before the person, you know, people are going to bed. Thus making it a situation where you're like, well, do I go to bed or do I go clean the litter box? Because, yeah. And he will announce it. He wanders around and meows about it and everything. So it makes me wonder, like, did his previous owner want him to vocalize, hey, I've used the litter box, so the person could go clean it or something? Like, it's really, I don't know, like, that's what I mean. Like, there's some really interesting behaviors, but only he does it. Like, she doesn't do it very often. Once in a while. But yeah, it's odd. So maybe that's just part of his personality. I haven't figured him out yet.
Well done. May the dead rest
Right,
more
may the dead
easily
rest
at
more
that
easily at that
sorrowful
sorrowful place. Oh, the reason they were like
I'll not
men
be
is because
ignored.
they were half-orcs, I believe. All right, so you have acted admirably in the defense of Cardolan, but I would impose a boon on you if you're willing. I need to make a report of the activity that we've seen here, but I don't think it's time for me to give up my post. Will you bring word of what you saw and did here to my companion, Terras? He has gone on ahead to a farm that's west of here, chasing troubling rumors. Okay. Oh, I can travel us to Hern. That's Landgren. That's Hern. Got it. On our way. Hey, Garther says, my cat often meows a lot right before he uses the litter box. I think he just doesn't like the feeling of having to go and wants everyone to know it. You know, I do wonder if that's it too, because this is the cat that was known to have bladder stones. And so he's on a special diet, and this is from before us. And so when we got him, we already knew about this. Oops, that's the wrong person. Stable Master. Where are we going?
Hello there.
Skurlock Farm. Thank you. Skurlock Farm. Yeah, Aaron Brad says, keep an eye on it. Male cats can have urinary stones, which cause them issues at cat box time. Right? So there's a part of me that's like, is that what's going on? Is he feeling discomfort? And hopefully not, because we've still got him on the special diet to deal with the bladder stones. So hopefully he's okay. But yeah, just like, oh my gosh, crazy cat. It doesn't seem like he's meowing in an unhappy way. I don't know. It's odd.
Greetings.
Anyway. All right. So yes, I am indeed Terrace, says this person. You may give me, Karen Gould's report, and you tell him what transpired at Ammonfern. Troubling times these are, but I'm glad that we have one such as yourself to aid us. You have come at a fortuitous time to this farmland as well. Farmstead. I came after hearing rumors of goblins and displaced farmers. We rangers do what we can to shield these folk from outside intrusions, but our number are few and the enemies are many. Go and speak with the Skurlock and Hove families. If you have not already done so, they definitely could use your help. We did talk to them before and help them out. But hey, Edward, how is everything going now? Who are you? What do you want? Apparently I did not make an impression. She says, we might be missing folk, but I won't let you take what's left. Oh, you're not here to steal anything? I suppose you don't look like a goblin. I'm short, but come on now. She takes a shuddering breath and her shoulders slump. I am Edrig Sherlock. If you've come to help, you're just in time. We help. Okay. Yes, apparently, yeah, we made an impression on these people. Well, you know what? I am wearing a different outfit. So there we go. And I'm using a different horse. So there we go. I think I can, forgive her for that. So yes, so Casper is the one who had his teeth out. And he's 7 this month. Cato is 9 this month. And he really has this affection for going to a bed, where nobody's around, and just climbing under the covers, from the head of the bed, by the pillows. And he'll just make himself a little nest just underneath there. So that was really cute. And so we were like, okay, so now we know he does this. Keep an eye on it. And so lately, the weather's been nice and stuff. So we're turning our bed down and stuff like that. And so he's climbing in there still, but with the covers turned down, he's climbing under that part, which is a surprise when you go to push the covers back up to go to bed or something. It's whoops, sorry. And there's a cat there. So one day after I had been cuddled up on the couch, not feeling good, and I had left the blanket all just in a bunch. Came back later and he had climbed under the blanket on the couch. And this is with, the pair of us around and making noise and stuff like that. So that was kind of exciting, that he is feeling comfortable enough to do that around us. So that's nice. So, Blinder Hunches, hello. Good evening. Yes, the sun has finally, I think, dipped below the horizon for us.
Clouds are really helping.
Yeah, the clouds. We got some heavy cloud cover over there, so it's gone from bright sunny. Oh my gosh, it was so beautiful though earlier. The cats were just soaking up the sun. They were very happy about it. So, but anyway, yeah. So he's so the cat's now climbing under the blankets. So that's why, because normally we put blankets across the back of the couch there and make it look all, try to make it nice. The one back there is looking a little nicer, right? But today, I'm not bothering because, so the blanket is not entirely easy for him to climb under right now, just the way it's sitting. So he did this thing yesterday where he got, he could just barely get any part of his body under it. So he's mostly sticking out. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I kind of moved the blanket and tried to scooch it and put it over him without moving him, without disturbing him. He kind of went for it. He just kind of laid there for a little bit. And then later on I looked at him and he had turned himself around. So his whole backside is sticking out, but his head and his feet are under the covers. So he must believe that he is completely under the covers. So he's overdoing that again on the couch. And if I turn the camera, I don't think you'd be able to see it. Because I can just barely see it from this angle. Well, if my chair wasn't in the way, if I move the chair out of the way, I don't think, because I think you need a little more height to be able to see it. But oh my gosh. So yeah, so now Cato, the other one that was over here chasing the stuff around on my desk, she's now laying on top of the blanket that he's not under.
Oh, hello.
So
I
that's great.
wonder
And
if
she's
you could
snoring.
help me.
And I can hear her from here. So, all right, we have incense for the incensed. That's a good name. Oh, hello, young hunter. I am Mably, though most call me Nan Mably. Okay. I wonder if you could help me. Every year around this time, I have a tradition in my family to come and burn incense at the tombs to appease the spirits within. However, this year the spirits are quite incensed already. I am no match for their wrath, but perhaps someone of your capabilities might go where an old woman cannot. Would you burn the incense for me at their tombs? Well, sure. We could go burn some incense for you. No problemo. So I think we are... Ooh, wow, look at that. That's pretty. We're at Gond or Chal. Not Grand. Gond. Hey, there's another ring on the map, though. I wonder if there's another quest for us. Aw, this person doesn't look like they're doing well.
Please,
The bloodied woman looks up in shock. She flinches and almost scrambles to flee before something dawns upon her. You're no white. Are you here to rescue us? I beg of you, find my friends. They killed Muna first, oh boy, then dragged the rest of us into the barrows. I managed to crawl out, but Ainion, Kurig, Melwyn, they're somewhere further northwest. Please, if you find what's left of them, burn them. My injuries can wait. Aww. Her request is called Last Wishes. Alright, well, let's get some incense out. Well, I don't see anything here to disturb. Oh, already in use. I wonder if I have to wait for it to come up or if we just have to find 8 separate ones. Oh, nope, it's back up, really. That's nice and quick. Okay, incense burned. Got it. Oh, hey, we have a person here. One of the ill-fated people she asked you to burn. How sad. Hello, angry spirit. Yeah, the oppressive atmosphere dissipates at once. Oh, sorry, yep. Okay, we'll see if doing it at the same time will count. Nope, I get already in use. I think it can only do one at a time. Yeah, that's okay. You can hunt archers. While I wait for the incense to come back up. Alright, well I think I see Kurig. Or Kurig. I'll take care of this while you do the incense. Or is there no incense nearby? The spirit fades into nothingness, relinquishing its anger. There's a place for incense downhill. Okay, so we might go back for that. Here's Melwyn. Here, I'll do the incense real quick while you're doing that. Cool. Now let's burn this poor person's body. Solemn breeze whistles through the barrows. Okay. Yes. But I'm at 3 out of 8 incense. But I bet they're all over this place. Oh, here's one over here. These definitely feel like the Barrow Downs area. So I was kind of musing one day when we were running around through Cardolan and Swanfleet that it's a replacement for doing these same level quests in, in like the Barrow Downs and Breland and whatnot. And so it kind of makes sense then to have a place where you could do, where you would encounter barrows and whites and things like that. So I like the parody that they've done there. Although this is nice. We don't place incense at barrows in Breland. So, Oh, and Andrath, where we are, is adjacent to the Southern Barrow Down. So that's a good point. This is Andrath here, and the Old Forest is right there. So, okay. We're in the same region. Makes sense. Alright, there's some more incense. We'll let that waft in the breeze before we lay down some more here. Plus we have to wait for it to come back up. There we go. Okay, that's 6 out of 8 for me. Have you found another one? Awesome. These barrows... The funny thing, though, is they don't have us going into the barrows here. Unlike in the Breland Barrow Downs, where Seems like you go in there a lot. Like, there's a lot of reasons to go in there and do stuff. Okay, last one. There we go. So it's a niche overlap, but if anybody who is listening or watching is in the eastern area of the Netherlands and wants to go to a board gaming event, there is one coming up at the end of May. It's new, called Oosterspel. Oh, hang on. Aw. A stranger silently watches over Delun's unmoving body. Aw. You might want to come back for this.
Woe to me.
You must be the one who offered to help her. She told me what happened before she... At least she realized I had survived after all. I'll do what I can for her. Please leave me. I wish to be alone. Oh, I'm sad. I'm sad for you. I'm sorry to hear. Alright. I was wondering. I was like, wait a minute. She's laying down and there's somebody new there. That was the person we didn't rescue because they also made it out. Cato is up grabbing a bite to eat.
Why, thank you.
All right, this is the incense for the incensed. She says, why, thank you, dear. I am sure this will help those poor spirits find their rest. Yay. I hope so. I doubt it, but one can hope. Right? Yeah, you have to scroll down to the agenda. It's on the, before I was looking up the agenda stuff for the Oosterspel. Erenbard asks, is Not So Hasty the name of your kin? Yes, it is. We are. There you go. I'm the Lady of Streams. Yeah, but Not So Hasty is the name of our kin on Treebeard. Yep. Yeah, it seemed like a good name for Treebeard. We are taking our time. We are not so hasty. Whom, whom. Not so hasty, little one. Yeah, I love Treebeard. The character and the server I have also been greatly enjoying. Yeah, all of that. Oops, I just rode right by you. Okay. Let's see, what else is next? Oh, so that's why I keep looking at this, because this is like showing me epic line, but that's level 75 epic line, not the stuff we just did down here in Cardolan Swanfleet. So because Cardolan and Swanfleet is has been created as an alternative, opener for your brand new characters, a place where you can quest and do, level 0 to 30, 35-ish stuff. I figured at some point they would take the epic line that exists and, bring you up to that and merge you in with that. So I was kind of curious as to when that might be. Oh, wow, look at those stars. Oh, that's awesome. Excuse me. So, yeah, that's funny that it takes you into Elrond's study. Of course it does. I just think it's funny. Well, I'm still not seeing a lot of goblins and half-orcs, which is what I need. Let's see, what else do I need for? Explorer. Oh, there's some treasure caches we haven't done. Ravaging, it's finding places. Delvings. Deeds, yes, Slayer of Cardolan, I haven't finished. There it is, 2 of 4. So I'm missing goblins and half-orcs, yeah. Yeah, those are the 2 that I'm missing. But I've got the other ones, okay. Just looking at the, where am I on my deeds? Because I like completing deeds. Oh, wow, it just like got so much brighter and cloudier. Can't see the stars anymore. That's really fascinating. Oh, there's a gaunt man. No, we don't care about him. He's so gaunt, we barely saw him. So I am going to stream for a little bit more here, but I'll be wrapping up and not too terribly long. And then Before is up today. He will be streaming today. We both took the week off last week because we weren't feeling good with this stupid cold. Hang on, let me talk to this guy. Looks like a ranger. Faradan. He says, something has stirred to madness the spirits of Tirn Gorthad, and it is not safe for travelers to come this way. No, do not misunderstand me. These hills have not been truly safe for hundreds and hundreds of years, but I deem you're an adventurer and can handle yourself. Still, these are spirits fell and terrible. Sometimes they move through the grass and rustle the branches of the bare trees, and then you know they're there. Other times they house themselves in the body of a corpse and become the animate dead. Whatever form they take, they're dangerous and must be ended by those of us brave enough or foolish enough to take the chance. If you are either of those two, I wish you luck. All right, let's go defeat some spirits. And how many more quests did you find that we hadn't done? 2 more after this? Oh, 2 including this one. Nice. Okay. I'm just gonna start shooting things. Oh, I shot the gaunt man. I didn't care about you, Gaunty. Oh well, it's okay. Alright, so probably after we have found the remaining... Finish this, and then found the last remaining quests that we haven't done, then I will probably wrap it up and hand it over to Before, who streams on this channel on Tuesdays after me. We'll get you the 1-2 Netherlands punch. Boom, boom. Washing over you. Oh, I should probably do a looking around, huh? Yeah, I could do that. Hang on. Oh, you're getting far away. Let me catch up to you. Okay. We'll look for evil, dead, unseen, wandering barrow spirit? Yeah. There we go. How about down south, apparently? Ah, looks like we got a couple things over there. I see a gaunt man. We'll just get rid of him, yeah. Ah, yeah, this is the direction we wanted to come. I see a couple of them. I do love auto attack. Just jumping over things while I'm shooting. I feel like Legolas. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I mentioned this because it would, no, I wouldn't have because I wasn't on last week. Somebody has taken The Hobbit, those 3 Hobbit movies that should never have been put together as 3 movies, and edited it to make it so that it's just the stuff that was in the Hobbit book, not the stuff that was in the Lord of the Rings books alone, right? So all the references that we're trying to look at this other franchise set, right? So just keeping it strictly Hobbit book. I mean, not strictly, but you know what I mean. So Hobbit book focused, taking out all the ridiculousness, tidying up the story, all of this stuff. And yeah, the link is there about M4's Hobbit book edit. They wrote a whole thing about what they took out and how they tidied it, and so we watched basically that version. It's 4 hours instead of 3-hour chunks or whatever it is, and it was so good. It was so good. So there was none of this Legolas leaping up the leaves or whatever the heck he did. Yeah, it was really good. Oh, we still need to defeat Barrow Wights. Oh, whoops. Sorry, I was getting ahead of myself there. Okay, so should I do another, let me do another search here then. Alright, how about to the north? So, oh, Vlinder Hunges asks, do I know when storage comes on sale again, like wardrobe or shared? No, I don't. I mean, because they haven't generally announced in the Habit when they do that stuff, you know what I mean? But I'm trying to think of when the last time I saw it come on sale was. Because I've ended up maxing out, I have everything. Oh, this isn't named. There we go. I went ahead and bought, except for my personal character storage, but all the shared storage, all the wardrobe storage. Oh, hey, we've got a drop quest. Trophy Hunter's Skull, Penthula Skull. After encountering and defeating the elusive Barrow-White Penthul, you have claimed a trophy that may be of value to the Dunedain of Cardolan. You inspect the skull closely, searching for any sign of the fell spirit that once took hold of it. Its empty eyes do not meet your gaze, and you believe the bones to finally be at rest. You should bring this trophy to Garion, a trophy hunter and lore keeper of the Dunedain of Cardolan. Okay, we will do that. Neato. Yeah, SSG is not in the habit of pre-announcing their sales. Although, like, sometimes Cord will give hints, right? Like, around Black Friday and around the end of the year, you know, people are like, hey, do any Black Friday sales? And he'd be like, well, you can pretty much expect we will do the sort of thing that we have done in the past. And so you're like, okay, what have you done in the past? Right? It's like, okay, I think they did these kind of sales. Like around December, and I think sometime in the summer, like they had like 1 week they had really great sales, and the normal sales, and then the next week they had a different set of really great sales and the normal sales, and then it's like they did that like 4 weeks in a row. That's so cool. I love it when they do that. So I would say like that would be what to expect. I mean, Black Friday, if not before. That's 6 of 6 for me. For you? I haven't seen storage go on sale recently because why was I looking for that? I can't remember. I think maybe it came up in conversation or something. So I can't search for it. I can search for personal storage, but I can't search for shared storage in the store because I have every single chunk, you know, that they sell. Because when it was on sale, I get it. Like I save up my Lotro points for some very specific things. The travel skills, so I make sure I get the, the travel cooldowns, because there's 3 of those. And so I get those. If I don't already have them on a character that I'm playing as kind of a main, then I will make sure I get all of them, all 3 of those when they go on sale. Milestone skills are nice to have. But yeah, shared storage, every time it would come on sale, I would make sure I picked up some of that. Okay, so this ranger under Spirits Fell and Terrible says, please allow me to apologize, stranger. I called you foolish, for sometimes there are fools who come this way, but I see you now do not belong to that number. It is courage you possess, and not madness. What is your name, Rosenbloom? Well, then know that I am called Faradan of the Dunedain, and Tirn Gorthad is under my and my kinswoman Gorwin's watchful protection. Sure.
What troubles you?
He says, Gorwin and I were charged with keeping the watch on Dor Ernel, further to the north, and she is surely still there. I came south to bring word that some new evil seems to be at work within the fortress. Someone or something is opening the tombs. I have seen 2 such terrible white lords walking beneath the moon, figures that should have remained buried away forever. I know the names of those I saw. Bregach is one, Quick Bone, and the other is named Dathos, Shadow Fear. They are somewhere within Dol Ernil. I know not where. If you encounter them and are able to return them to the slumber of death, you will have my deepest thanks, and the appreciation of any who live near. Few are they, for this is a land of barrows, but do think of this. The dead have no need for sleep and do not tire. If Bregach or Dathos desired to reach a settlement of peaceful folk, what town could possibly be beyond their reach? Good fortune to you if you do find yourself in Dol Ernil. Beware of the white lords I have named. Okay, so we're going to go find a couple of big bads. So yeah, I haven't heard of any on sale yet, any recently, which means it could be due any day. Now, the anniversary is coming up in April, the Anniversary Fest, so there might be some special sales for that. Yeah, I would say just keep an eye on it. So, you know, every week they post the sales on Lotro.com. So, like, literally, you just go to Lotro.com, and on the front page, you just scroll down a little bit. It'll have that week's sales. Now, I have a Discord that I manage for our Treebeard kinship. So I always post in there what the sales are. I try to post every week. So, maybe, and I know there are other Discords that I'm aware of where folks will do that. They will post it regularly, just to help their, oops. Okay, there it is. Oh, he was right on the other side of this hill. That's hilarious. Looks like a rabbit. Oh, okay. I guess it's an arm. Well, no wonder I didn't see him.
You got some weird rabbits.
After encountering and defeating the elusive arm, Weathergrip, you have claimed a trophy that may be of value to the Dunedain of Cardolan. As you wrest Weathergrip's finger bone from its hand, you hope that this is the last time the troublesome limb will creep from the Barrow Downs and harry the people of Cardolan. You should bring this trophy to Garon, a trophy hunter and lore keeper of the Dunedain of Cardolan. Okay. Yeah, and one other question, says Blender Hunches. Yeah, the junk carry-all, is that for the trophies that you could get from enemies? It's for all the junk. Okay, so notice I have, let me do this again. So notice I have like a great assortment of things here that we have been picking up. Now, if I do an auto sort, because this is the easiest way for me to figure this out, I just let it drop everything into a pile. But it does sort things in a way, on purpose. So like, it'll sort, once you get past like these rando things, it'll start sorting the task board items. You see underneath it says this item may be turned in for tasks in blah. So those are task board items. Like you can turn those in for tasks, you get reputation with a faction. Okay, that's not junk. So scoot past all that, and usually you'll find things that look like this, like these blackened ears. Yeah, so like these blackened ears. Let me just scoot this so you might be able to see a little better. So that says, a trophy gathered from a corpse, trophies can be sold to vendors for coin. But notice it doesn't say anything about turning it in. So let me tooltip these off so you can compare them as an example. So like these 5, there's the blackened ears that are junk. And here's the pitted bones. So see how we've got the same thing. Trophies can be sold to vendors for coin. But then the ones that you can use for task board have the red underneath it. Those are task board items. Those will go into a task carry-all. The blackened ears are junk. You can't do anything with them except sell them. So those would go into the junk carry-all. That's what it's for. Egg Arthur says, I tested the junk carry-all. It wouldn't accept an old arrowhead. I'm continuing to test and will submit a bug for the stuff it should take but doesn't. Yeah. And if it's only a trophy carry-all, they should have called it that. I don't think it's a trophy carry-all. Well, I think it's these things that are considered to be junk that you cannot turn in for a quest. And you can't turn them in for task board. You can't use it to do task board stuff with them. And there are also things that are not like crafting materials. So like the critical stuff that you can use if you're crafting, that stuff could go into a crafting carry-all. So that doesn't count as junk. Scrolls don't go anywhere. You can't put those in any sort of carry-all so far as I've seen. I know you want to come up here. I saw you looking. Whenever you're ready, Kat. Yeah, so I think it's just those things that are not task board items, but look like they should be, but they're not. We're going to look down. Wow. Cool. We heading there? We defeated Dathos. Yay. Oh, wonder if I got a quest. Nope, no quest item. For that one. Was I supposed to? Okay, that's good. Oops, sorry. I missed the stairs. Let me try that again. Yeah, because... Oh, let me click on this treasure cache. Yay, I found an ancient treasure cache. Go team. Yeah, so the task items say that they're trophies also, but I think, like, basically imagine if you could tag something with a whole bunch of things. Like, I am, a human, and I also am a Netherlands resident, and I am also a cat owner, right? And, but I think there has to be like a hierarchy on these things, and so it's like, okay, you know, in terms of what's most important, I don't know, human, I guess, and then maybe cat owner. I don't know. The cats would probably say cat owner goes first, and so forth. And anyway, so I think that's kind of what it is maybe the task items, task board items, maybe are, have multiple options to them. Their trophies and their task. But at the end of the day, them being task items is more important than the fact that they say that they're also a trophy. So that would be why they don't sort into the junk carryall. Shall I take us back to... Okay, awesome. I'm going to check out this corpse, too. Let me get off my horse. Cool. Agarther says, non-submittable task-looking like items. Oddly specific. I just think it's funny. So, I think, who was it? Like Cardolan or somebody was talking about these things, about the junk carryall. That basically, and maybe it was Scenario, that they were testing out some stuff and they came up with it. And rather than just like leave it in a pile of don't worry about this, they're like, we'll put it out there for sale because somebody might find it useful. So I think that's really what it is. So if you find it useful, good on you. And if you don't find it useful, I would say just ignore it. The junk item carryall. I don't personally have one, and I don't know if you know, but I am like a carryall like fanatic. Like I have, well, let's see, what do I have for these characters? Actually, hang on a second. Let me go to here. I have. Oh, we need to look at all. So I have a die carryall. I have an instrument carryall, and I have crafting carryalls, crafting, and then I have housing carryalls. So I definitely have a great appreciation for the value of a carryall. I also have some really bad directional issues, apparently. So I gotta get us back up to that person. Hi, Snoring Cat. How are you? This is Cato. Yeah, she's just discovered that ball I set down for her. Silly girl. Anyway, are you, like, sitting on it? You goof. She's trying to... Okay, she's trying to scratch at it with her back foot while holding it with her front foot. Hours of entertainment. Oh my gosh, you're so funny. Yeah, hang on a second. Plugins. Yeah, the back tappity foot was cracking me up there. So Blinder just says, I made the mistake on opening my Valar on a server I hardly use. Oh, and your large carryall is there. Oh, bummer. Yeah, that I get. Well, she's chasing that ball around the room now, so there we go. So the deed tracker add-on you asked about, so that's why I put that link there for the Lotro interface, because Lotro interface is where lotrointerface.com is where you find a lot of plugins, and the deed tracker plugin is located there. That's not the direct link to the deed tracker. You have to just search for it when you get there. Sorry. And yes, I definitely, what I do is I wait for the Lotro points to go on sale. And so when they've got like the double bonus, so whatever you buy, you get that plus some extra. I think I may have totally gone the wrong way. Maybe not. I should not leave her behind though. So we'll go this way. Yeah, and then I wait till like the carryalls go on sale. So they were on sale for like 50% off. Or maybe it was even 75% off. And I was like, well, I'm stocking up. Because if I have characters that later on need a carryall, a crafting carryall, I'm like, we're all over that. So, and the crafting carryalls have been on sale, have been available for purchase in the Lotro store for a little while now, but the other carryalls have not. And so that's why I'm very excited that they're, putting out more and more of them. So, so anyway, yes, B4 will be on here just after me. He's actually stepped away to get ready.
Will you aid
Although we
us?
might have a small break in between my stream and his stream. So, so anyway, let's turn this in. So, a pair of empty tombs. So, Bregok and Daethos are no more. I can hardly believe it. Such was their evil that I would have thought them impossible to best, and yet you have done so. Oh, they'll be back. They were fearsome foes from out of legend, and now they are ended. Perhaps you are yourself to be a figure of legend, my friend. I will await the word of your further deeds, and perhaps in a day to come, I will sit by a warm fire and say, I knew her in earlier days, when the legend was young. Perhaps, my friend. I cannot believe you faced the White Lords and survived. What a wonder. What a wonder indeed. All right. So there we go. So now we need to deliver the finger bone to this person. Where are they located? Far away. Oh, they're over here in Carnost, which is that Hern? No. No, Hern is this one. I don't think I have traveled to Carnost. Anyway. Okay. So I'm going to finish up here. And then B4 is going to come on, and he's going to stream. I'm not 100% sure what he's working on today. I think so. He's been working on the deed tracker because the deed tracker is this really cool plugin. So let me back up a tiny smidge. You don't have to use plugins in your Lotro game. Like, you absolutely don't have to. You can play, completely as the game was created, is currently in creation, all of that. You can totally do that. I enjoy the plugins because I like some of the things they do. For example, now this isn't a plugin, technically it's a UI skin, but the way my user interface is set up, I use a skin and it like changes everything with like little vines and leaves and stuff like that, makes it a little bit more attractive to me. But I also use like the Titan bar at the top, and I use this thing called Deed Tracker. So I think B4 we'll probably be working on Deed Tracker today. Yeah, okay, I'm getting a confirmation on that. And he based the deed tracker on a different plugin out there that dealt with rebuilding Hitbold, which you may know that Hitbold is small compared to the entirety of Lotro. And so there's things that worked well in that original Hitbold programming, but for the larger scale stuff really needed to be tweaked a bit. So he's been doing some kind of stepping back, changing some foundations for things, and then rebuilding it back up from there. And so the deed tracker, when he's going to be doing a new version of that to come out possibly this month. I know he was hoping to get it out last month, but then we have been kind of sick for 2 weeks, so that kind of got in the way. Anyway, I think that's what he's going to be working on today. So I think I am going to wrap it up. So Blender Hunches, you also have a nice evening. Enjoy this beautiful weather we've been having. I'm like, I wouldn't mind it just being a couple degrees warmer and it'll just be like perfect. Even all the rain. I haven't minded all the rain, because I want to have a good outdoor garden, and that means the rain takes care of that for me. So I'm down with that. So, all right. Hey, cutie. She's been chasing that little rubber ball all over the house, or the room. Because she's a goof. You're a goof. Yes, you are. You're a goof. All right. I will be back next week. Yeah, assuming I continue to get better, which I will assume. I will make that assumption that I am going to continue to get better. So I will see you all next week here on Heart of the Hobbit, and we will do more adventuring and questing. Let's see, today is what, the 4th or so? That means next week is the 11th or so, and the anniversary event starts on the 20th. So we're still a couple weeks out. So yeah. So no Anniversary Fest for us next week, so we'll figure out something other, mischief to get up into. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a fantastic rest of your evening. Stick around for B4 and doing his plugging along stream. And I will see you all next week. And remember to stay in touch with that Hobbit side of your heart in the meantime. All right. Take care of each other. Bye now.